Hello, welcome to RC Video Reviews. In this video, I'm going to show you what to do if your update to EdgeTX or OpenTX goes completely south and it screws up your entire radio and you need to get it back. There's a lot of excitement out there with the new release of EdgeTX 2.8, and a lot of people are upgrading, and I see comments from time to time about people who are having some kind of challenge. I decided I want to put a quick video together to show you what happens if you completely mess up your radio. So we're going to play a game today, and the game is that I really am new to this, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm going to make all the mistakes in the world, and it's going to be a little bit of an exaggeration. Everything I'm about to show you, though, hinges on one important concept, and that's that before you started, you made a backup of your SD card contents. And I'm going to show you how to do that first before we do anything else. We'll start out by connecting the USB-C cable to the top of the radio. The other end is connected to your computer. And when you do that, you should be prompted for whether or not you want the joystick, storage, or telemetry mirror. So we're going to click storage. And once we've done that, we'll get two pop-ups on our computer desktop. This one that says firmware.bin and firmware.txt, we don't need that. Just close that out. We don't need it. This one that's got widgets and utilities and sounds, those are the contents of our SD card that we need to save. In my case, I've already got a backup on my desktop. I'm going to delete it. We're just going to delete it. Get rid of that, and I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call this SD card backup. Okay, now all we have to do is drag the contents of our SD card into our computer somewhere. It doesn't matter where this destination folder is. It can be anywhere. Just put it somewhere on your computer where you know how to get to it. And once you've done this step, you can basically act with impunity on this radio, and I'm going to prove it. The next thing we'll do is grab our EdgeTX firmware binary that we just downloaded from the EdgeTX GitHub, which I showed you how to do in a previous video, link in the description. And we're going to find our firmware for our radio. I'm looking for a TX16s, there it is. And I'm going to drag that over to the firmware folder, just like John said. And then I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to close this window, and I'm ready to upgrade. Now that I've got my firmware on the SD card, like John said, I'm going to press T4 in and T1 in. I'm going to turn the power on and get into bootloader mode. There we go, that looks good. Now I'm going to write firmware. We'll just click on this one right here, and I'm going to go down to EdgeTX, and right there it is, TX16s. I'm going to click on that one, and I'm going to click write, and we're going to write the firmware out to the radio. Awesome, my new firmware is written to the radio. Now I can exit out, and I'm going to have a brand new copy of EdgeTX 2.8.0 on this radio. I can't wait. This is going to be awesome. Storage conversion required. Wait, I don't remember seeing that on John's video, but whatever, it's fine. I'm just going to click go. It's converting. Throttle's not. Well, I remember John telling me my widgets would be gone. That's okay. So I'm just going to go in the model selector. Wait a minute. I long pressed that, and it just went into model setup. What's the deal with that? I'm going to long press this. What the heck? That's not right. I'm going to press the jog dial. Wait a minute, isn't that screen supposed to be tall? On John's radio, that was tall. Model settings, no. I'm going to press this again. Select model. Well, I still see my helicopter, but this is the old way of doing things. This isn't the label system. This is bullshit. Well, what's going on? I'm going to check my version number. I'm going to press system, and I'll press information. 2.5.0, what the heck happened? How did I get that on my radio? Well, I don't know what's going on. Let me plug my SD card in. I'm just going to plug this in, and I'm going to see what the heck is going on here on my SD card. I'm just going to look around in here, and I'm going to delete. I think I'm going to delete the log file, and here we go. I'm going to delete that one. Wait a minute. Oh, no. That was my models folder. Oh, crap. Well, it's probably in my recycle bin. I'll just get it out of there. Oh, wait a minute. I just deleted it. Oh, crap. Now I'm just going to delete everything on the whole SD card because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm having a panic attack, and I just made a mistake. And now I'm going to be in real trouble because my entire SD card is gone, and I'm on the stupid version of EdgeTX 2.5. What's going on there? Bad radio data. Oh my. Storage preparation. What the hell is going on here? I'm just going to hit go. Oh, that's okay. It looks like it did before. Now I'm just going to hit the jog dial and select a new model. Oh no, all my models are gone. What the hell? Man, this sucks. What a disaster. Don't worry about it. Let's show you how to get back to where we were. This is a catastrophe. Everything that could have went wrong. I lost it all. I lost my files. I lost my graphics. I lost all of my scripts. It's all gone. The only thing left on this radio is models and radio, and that's because the radio created them when it's on empty SD card. That's all I've got. That's all that remains on this radio at this point. So let me show you how to fix this. It's no problem. No problem. The first thing we're going to do is turn the radio off, and then we're going to go back into bootloader mode by pressing T4 and T1 in, and we're going to power the radio on. There we go. We're back in the bootloader. Now I'm going to connect a USB-C cable to the radio right up top, just like before. And the bootloader automatically puts it in USB storage mode. I've got my 2 faithful windows. Now the SD card structure looks a little different because I was really dramatic here. It just got models and radio. That's okay. The firmware folder, get rid of that. We don't need that. So now I've got my SD card as it was on the radio after that catastrophe of an upgrade. So I'm just going to delete these 2 folders because I don't want any confusion about what's on the radio. Now I'm going to go back to my SD card backup and open that folder, and I'm simply going to drag my contents from the SD card backup back onto my radio. That's all that's going on here. I'm just copying my backup back onto the SD card for my radio. That's it. That's simple. But we're not done yet. Don't get froggy. I've now restored my backup to the SD card. I've got one more thing to do. I'm going to disconnect the USB cable from the top of the radio, and I'm going to go back to write firmware. And in there, I'm going to go select OpenTX 2.3.15 because that's the firmware I was running when I started this mess. And I'll select that and then long press the jog dial to flash it. And it's going to write the firmware back to the radio 2.3.15 from OpenTX. Write's complete. We'll hit return and then exit out of the bootloader. And this is going to bring us right back into OpenTX where we started this process in the first place. There's my Tron 7 helicopter. And if I press the jog dial, I'll get model select and I can see that I've got all my planes back. I've got a working copy of OpenTX. I'm right back where I started. It is that easy to recover these radios if you have a backup. So make sure you have a backup. Now you know how to recover your radio in case everything goes catastrophically bad during an upgrade. Start with a backup on your computer, go into bootloader mode, copy your contents onto the radio, flash the old firmware that you had before, and then reboot the radio and you're back where you started. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos hit the channel. That's all I've got for today. Take it easy. Hey, if you like the work I do here on RC Video Reviews, please consider joining me on Patreon. For about the price of a cup of coffee, you can help me keep making videos just like this one. If you'd like to help out, there's a link in the description and on your screen.